Bom dia, gentes. Espero que você tenha um ótimo dia. This is your man Larry, the American Brazilian. Let me take this thing off. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good morning. Listen, I just wanted to talk about something like really, really briefly. I don't have my glasses on, so everything looks a little bit blurry to me, so excuse me if I'm squinting. Matter of fact, let me just grab my glasses, right? Oh, there we go. I can see everybody. Anyway, so I thought about this continual noise that's going on about people that's getting passports and traveling, and for some strange reason my mind went to something Dr. Martin Luther King talked about, a quote that he said, a famous quote, and he was saying that rioting is the voice of the unheard. So when people are trying to tell you something and you're constantly ignoring them and constantly not listening to them, straighten this up, then at some point people decide to take matters into their own hands to create whatever situation that they feel is more manageable or more acceptable. Something that provides some sense of happiness, release, or peace to them. Relief, rather, or peace to them. And release in some cases. Anyway. So I thought about another thing too. Dr. Martin Luther King, I guess when he started, people just kind of like, they listened to him, but he really started making noise and really started making an impact when the boycotts and all of that stuff started happening. Because that was a form of economic rioting or economic violence. In other words, if I can hit you in your pocket, then I can get your attention. Because you're not, with me just talking, you can ignore that. You can turn the channel, you can not scroll on the video. But when something that you have been accustomed to receiving has now stopped, that valve has been turned off, and the well is running dry, now all of a sudden, we need to get some reform. We need to do something. We need to, stop these people because now they're affecting the community. Here's the thing. For years, brothers have, and this isn't, if you're not one of these women, then ignore what I'm saying, right? For years, guys have been saying, we want peace, we want respect, we want the traditional, we want a traditional return on the traditional value that we invest. And we've not been getting that. So what a lot of brothers have said is like, look, you know what? I can't go and boycott in this way or that way, but what I can do is get my passport. I can become shout out to Yesh, a blue book gentleman. I can become an enlightened a man of Western civilization, or whatever Austin say. Shout out to Austin Powell. Or I could just SYSBM or become a passport bro. Either way, I have options, all of which include my passport. So now brothers have gotten their passports, and incrementally over a period of time, because what a lot of people have to realize is this movement is only big to people that recognize it now. This has been going on for quite some time. It's just that it's culminating. More people are getting the message. More people are understanding it. And more people are sharing the same types of frustrations and concerns that they once had, as well as now that they have their passport and are traveling, they're sharing the same type of joy and peace that they're experiencing. And people aren't liking that because now wherein you always gonna have simps. Wherein you had this whole host of people that were checking for you you could go on foodie dates and use people just to talk to. In the meanwhile, while you were trying to have sex with the Pookie and Ray Ray, you're using the good guy just to talk to and basically using him as an emotional garbage can while you're doing stuff with people that's not good for you, but that's what you really want to do. And guys realize that, and they say, you know what? I'm getting ready to protest. And I'm going to protest by using my passport. I'm going to protest by going somewhere else. I'm going to protest by seeing if I can locate the very things that I've been seeing that guys have been holding up receipts saying, hey, it's here, it's here, it's here. I'm going to see if I can find that for me. And for many of which, they're finding it. And when they find that, it's difficult. Now, some people have to kind of yo-yo. They have to go there, enjoy themselves for a couple of months, come back here, work, regain resources, But now it's to the point where, a lot of guys are just saying, look, I don't want to do the yo-yo. I want to go. I want to stay. I want to get me a remote job. Deuces, America. I'll holler at y'all out there, bravi, So that's what's happening now. And so it's a form of economic violence that a lot of people are experiencing because they can no longer have these people on speed dial in order to get their nails done and get their hair done and get all of that stuff. Or to use for dates, for food, and things like that. And I think it's going to be a benefit to brothers if we can be consistent. Now, what's going to happen next? Something that I've been saying for a long time. They're going to try to create movements to try to lure people back. Remember that soft girl movement? It was a farce. A lot of people thought it was a farce. Why? Why would you say that? When's the last time you heard somebody mention the soft girl movement? You just heard me say it, and you hadn't heard it in months since I just said it. Why? Because it's not real. It wasn't real. It was people. Now, I think it was, in theory, it could be genuine because, you draw people with what works, what they want, not with what you think they want. And it would have been good if it would have been genuine and consistent, but most of the time, certain things that are disingenuous have very little consistency attached with them. And that soft girl movement is just one example of many movements that they started. They're probably going to try to start some more. But we'll see. I think what's happening is these women see that, unlike like Dr. King's movement, there was one or two people that you can look to and say, okay, well, if we can neutralize this person, then we can kind of dismantle this whole movement. But everybody has become a committee of one. All of these brothers with same like minds, and when I say brothers, I mean white, black, I mean everybody with the same minds. It's culminated into a movement. Listen, it's difficult to stop a cause or a movement if everybody shares the same sentiment. Not saying that it's a good idea, but literally everybody's got skin in the game. It's difficult because you have too many heads to cut off. And that's a poor example, and nobody's trying to do, Duncan MacLeod to Highland and cut off anybody's head, but you get my point. It's too many people to try to neutralize. So what do you try to do? You try to attack the movement. And even then, all you're doing is bringing more awareness. Because I don't know about you guys, if I hear something about guys going overseas, traveling, looking for better women, I'm thinking, I'm going to see what they're talking about. And a lot of guys got started that very same way. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, I think that's what we're experiencing right now. I think that's what a lot of the sisters are seeing right now. It's a form of protest. It's a form of economic violence. And the guys with the passports are winning. So in any event, fala com você mais tarde. Talk to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is your man Larry, the American Brazilian, saying até a breve. É verdade.